자살이라고 생각하시나 봐요?
혹시 이 안경 누구 건지 아세요?
한번 써봐요. 잘 어울릴 것 같은데.
Yesterday, Kang Seon met with the Korean language teacher. She blackmailed him over his affair with a student. Shortly after, Kang Seon unexpectedly fell from a height. Shin Hyun-hup rushed to the school and witnessed Kang Seon's accident. He urgently took her to the hospital. Soon, her uncle Han Ji-wook arrived at the hospital upon hearing the news. Looking at the worried Han Ji-wook, Shin Hyun-hup stated firmly, she believed there was something suspicious about Kang Seon's fall. Because Kang Seon fell at school, the school was in complete chaos the next day, especially since the Korean language teacher was also absent without reason. Seeing Han Ji-wook keeping vigil by Kang Seon's hospital bed, Shin Hyun-hup decided to uncover the truth. On the rooftop where Kang Seon had the accident, a female classmate approached Shin Hyun-hup. She shared Shin Hyun-hup's view and insisted the fall was not an accident. The girl also mentioned that Kim Ha-yoon, a female classmate who often bullied Kang Seon, was absent from school that day. Han Ji-wook came to the school to investigate. He found a selfie with a male student in Kang Seon's bag. It was taken the night of the incident. The boy was Kang Seon's classmate. According to him, after taking photos together that night, Kang Seon suddenly ran away frantically, seemingly searching for something she had lost. Checking surveillance footage, Han Ji-wook indeed spotted something suspicious. Kim Ha-yoon picked up a small pouch Kang Seon had dropped on the ground. Tracing subsequent footage, Han Ji-wook also noticed Kim Ha-yoon suddenly wearing glasses. Unfortunately, later footage provided no further clues. Even though no clear evidence of external force was found, Han Ji-wook still suspected his niece was murdered. He even argued with colleagues over this. Yet frustratingly, his niece's phone remained locked. At school, affair photos of the Korean language teacher and Kim Ha-yoon were suddenly uploaded to the forum. Now everyone knew the teacher's true nature. Soon Han Ji-wook arrived at a new crime scene. This time, the deceased was the Korean language teacher. The teacher died in a garage. A suicide note was left in the car. It roughly stated, "Shame over the inappropriate relationship with a student." Han Ji-wook, however, keenly sensed something abnormal. Judging by the condition of the teacher's body, he had been dead for at least 3 days. But the surroundings were a parking lot. Generally, in such a public place, a body wouldn't remain undiscovered for 3 days. Intuition told Han Ji-wook the teacher's death and the leaked school affair photos seemed to have a mysterious pusher behind them. To investigate further, Han Ji-wook visited Shin Hyun-hup. He hoped to get more clues from Shin Hyun-hup. Shin Hyun-hup instead asked if Han Ji-wook had seen Kang Seon's glasses. Han Ji-wook felt deeply puzzled. He wanted to ask more about the glasses, but Shin Hyun-hup refused to explain. She only told Han Ji-wook to find the glasses. She promised to reveal all secrets once he found them. Neither knew. These mysterious glasses were currently on an English teacher's desk. That day, English teacher Kim Young-woo unexpectedly found glasses on his desk. Curious, he asked beautiful teacher Lee Ji-woo-jin about them. Lee Ji-woo-jin took the glasses and smiled a barely noticeable smile. She then told Kim Young-woo the glasses suited him and urged him to try them on. Kim Jong-woo put them on. Instantly he saw a world woven with red threads. He saw varying numbers of S-lines above the teacher's heads. Just then Han Ji-wook came to find Lee Ji-woo-jin. Seeing hundreds of red threads above Han Ji-wook's head, Kim Jong-woo was shocked. Yet he immediately understood what the red threads meant. After work, Kim Jong-woo wore the glasses to his sister's house for dinner. He saw red threads connecting his sister and brother-in-law's heads. His brother-in-law asked why Kim Jong-woo suddenly canceled his wedding. Kim Jong-woo answered truthfully. He discovered his fiancée was unfaithful. Hearing unfaithful, his sister seemed uneasy. His brother-in-law loudly praised Kim Jong-woo's decision. After drinking, Kim Jong-woo and his brother-in-law took the elevator together. He was surprised to see one red thread from his brother-in-law's head piercing through the elevator. It appeared connected to a fourth-floor residence. Suspecting his brother-in-law was having an affair, Kim Jong-woo deliberately pressed the fourth-floor button when re-entering the elevator. He secretly watched his brother-in-law's reaction. When the elevator doors opened, the teacher indeed saw that red thread from his brother-in-law's head, stretching far toward the residence at the end of the corridor. The next day at school, with these remarkable glasses, Kim Jong-woo saw the disgraceful affairs among teachers. Apparently, colleagues who seemed to merely pass by each other actually had secret relationships. Kim Jong-woo asked Lee Ji-Woo-jin what she would do if she discovered someone close was having an affair. Lee Ji-Woo-jin answered with a smile. She would expose everything. That evening at his sister's doorstep, Kim Jong-woo saw a misdelivered package. According to his sister, the package was from the neighbor at the end of the fourth-floor corridor. That household often wrote the wrong address. Thinking of where the red thread from his brother-in-law connected, Kim Jong-woo sensed something wrong. He took the package to that fourth-floor household. He happened to see the woman from that home returning. As the woman picked up the package, Kim Jong-woo went to the apartment mailboxes. He found the fourth-floor woman's mail there. Learning the woman's name Kim Jong-woo no longer trusted his brother-in-law. One night, the teacher followed his brother-in-law to a hotel. Sure enough, the brother-in-law was having dinner with that female neighbor. He also gave her an expensive necklace. Kim Jong-woo secretly checked their hotel room number while unnoticed. Red threads crisscrossed the hotel corridors, forming a vivid red map of desire. The teacher went to their room door and grabbed his brother-in-law, questioning him fiercely. After being exposed, the brother-in-law promised to resolve it. He begged Kim Jong-woo not to tell his wife. The teacher gave him only one night. But the next day, the brother-in-law still hadn't returned home. Kim Jong-woo checked the social media account of the neighbor involved with his brother-in-law. To his shock, she had shared pregnancy photos. The teacher was furious. He returned to the apartment to confront his brother-in-law. But arriving downstairs, he saw a small car accident scene. The driver was his sister. Clearly, she already knew about her husband's affair. Just then, the brother-in-law rushed back, not concerned for his wife, but caring for his mistress instead. Kim Jong-woo swung a hard punch at his brother-in-law. He called him a scumbag. The argument between the two was stopped by his sister. From his sister, Kim Jong-woo learned a truth that shocked him. The real mistress was not the female neighbor but his sister. And that man was not his sister's husband but the female neighbor's husband. After being discovered by the teacher booking a hotel room, the man decided to end the affair with the teacher's sister. Then, after being cruelly abandoned by the man, his sister impulsively chose to drive into the man's wife. Han Ji-wook continued investigating the case. In his niece's room, he discovered a notebook. Inside, it was filled with drawings of the red world seen through the glasses. At this point, Shin Hyun-hup had no choice but to confess the whole truth to this officer. Learning about the mysterious world of the glasses and red threads, Han Ji-wook seemed skeptical. If it were true, Han Ji-wook became more suspicious that something strange had happened to his niece. It must be related to these glasses. At school, the class president looked sweet and had a gentle personality. He seemed to have feelings for Shin Hyun-hup and invited her to the pool. Shin Hyun-hup jumped into the pool water. The class president put a coat over her drenched body. At that moment, Shin Hyun-hup felt a long-lost warmth. By the pool, the class president treated Shin Hyun-hup to instant noodles. Shin Hyun-hup let her guard down. She told the class president the secret about the red threads, buried deep in her heart. To her surprise, the class president chose to believe her. He thought Shin Hyun-hup had no reason to lie and even found her extraordinary. Returning home at night, thinking about the class president's warm words, Shin Hyun-hup saw a wonderful red thread growing from her own head. Elsewhere, a female suspect came to the police station. During the conversation, a junior officer noticed Han Ji-wook and the woman had once been in a relationship, but recently the womanizing Han Ji-wook hadn't dated any women for a while. When asked by the junior about this topic, an image of the beautiful teacher Lee Ji-Woo-jin fastening her buttons appeared in Han Ji-wook's mind. He admitted that now he was simply curious about Lee Ji-Woo-jin. During case analysis, the junior officer speculated, Either Kim Hae-yoon pushed Kang Seone off the building, or the Korean language teacher did it. Yet strangely, Kim Hae-yoon had now vanished without leaving any life records. Meanwhile, the Korean language teacher's family stated he had a fear of heights. It was unlikely he would push someone from a high place. Han Ji-wook felt stuck. Suddenly, he recalled his niece mentioning Shin Hyun, Hyup's mother, killing her father. Checking related materials, he found records stating Shin Hyun-hoop once described her father's affair using imagined lines as a child. Also, in photos, young Shin Hyun-hoop's gaze wasn't directed at the camera. Instead, she looked toward a strange angle. Combining this with the paranormal case files he'd seen at Shin Hyun-hoop's home, Han Ji-wook began to believe Shin Hyun-hoop's claims. To understand the situation, Han Ji-wook questioned Shin Hyun-hoop. He wanted to know if Kang Seone also had red threads above her head. Shin Hyun-hoop didn't answer directly, but her reaction convinced Han Ji-wook Kang Seone had them too. Han Ji-wook wondered who Kang Seone's red threads connected to. Shin Hyun-hoop confessed the person connected to Kang Seone's red threads wasn't any classmate. That night, Shin Hyun-hoop noticed a news report. Police had arrested a random killing suspect. When captured, the suspect kept laughing wildly. He claimed he was now clean. Shin Hyun-hoop observed the suspect also wore glasses. During the investigation, Shin Hyun-hoop worked part-time at an inn. The inn had men and women seeking food and sex daily. The red thread symbolizing desire always tangled above these people's heads. That day, the class president and a female classmate came to the motel to visit Shin Hyun-hoop. They also peeked into this small world full of desire. In the afternoon, a pink-haired woman came to the motel alone. She specified a particular room to stay in. Though dressed up, the female classmate recognized her as Kim Mi-seong from the school administration office. Kim Mi-seong also wore glasses and could see the bizarre red thread world. At school, Kim Mi-seong secretly admired the handsome but lonely music teacher. On this day, beautiful melodies came from the music classroom. Kim Mi-seong was drawn in and talked with the teacher. The man gently asked about Kim Mi-seong's dreams. He recognized her potential. Being acknowledged by her crush made Kim Mi-seong ecstatic. Looking in the mirror, she saw a red thread connecting her and the teacher. Another day, Kim Mi-seong shed her ordinary appearance and put on a pink wig. She wore a red dress and came to the motel. Again, she chose that familiar room. Curious, Shin Hyun-hoop eavesdropped at the door. She found Kim Mi-seong seemingly talking to herself inside. From these words, Shin Hyun-hoop learned Kim Mi-seong's secret. To pursue her dream of becoming an actress, Kim Mi-seong often came to practice lines and free herself in quiet rooms. Once by chance, she found strange glasses inside a room. Wearing them revealed a scarlet world covered in threads. Guided by desire, Kim Mi-seong began spying on the next room. She saw men and women entangled physically. It was a world of inflamed passion. From that day, Kim Mi-seong became a spectator of that world. Today, new guests checked into the adjacent room. Spying, Kim Mi-seong saw it was her beloved music teacher. Originally, Kim Mi-seong anticipated seeing more of the teacher's private moments. But soon an actress arrived and kissed the teacher passionately. During this, their red threads tightly intertwined. Watching everything across from them, Kim Mi-seong grew intensely jealous. She extended her stay that day. The next day, she brought a fire extinguisher and drugged a bottle. When the actress returned to the motel, Kim Mi-seong knocked her out with the extinguisher. Then she peeled off the woman's clothes and put them on herself. She copied the woman's appearance exactly. Then she went to the music teacher's room next door. Under the man's astonished gaze, Kim Mi-seong climbed onto the teacher's bed. She felt hollow and craved the man to fill her desires. The music teacher only thought Kim Mi-seong was insane. He tried to get up and leave, but drugged, his body went limp, and he collapsed on the spot. Kim Mi-seong wildly kissed the unconscious music teacher. She snuggled next to the man she adored. Soon she noticed the man's head bleeding from the earlier fall. Failing to revive him, Kim Mi-seong acted out her suppressed desires on the teacher's body. After venting, she no longer wanted to live. Not long after, Shin Hyun-hoop found the trapped actress. Learning of the madwoman's actions, she saw the death scenes of both the music teacher and Kim Mi-seong. Han Ji-wook arrived to investigate. Shin Hyun-hup revealed Kim Mi-seong also wore glasses. This version of Kim Mi-seong seemed utterly unlike her usual self at school. Shin Hyun-hup warned Han Ji-wook the glasses were extremely dangerous. Anyone could get dragged into death because of them. Staring at his unconscious niece in the hospital bed, Han Ji-wook became certain he must start investigating the glasses. Back at the motel, Han Ji-wook found glasses hidden under the bathtub. Curious, he put them on. To his shock, he saw hundreds of terrifying red threads densely covering his own head.